Well, I'm hoping at the end of the day, as the ambassador said, he doesn't speak for the president. Everyone feeds everything up to the president. The president makes a decision. Is this a good deal or is it not a good deal? In my opinion, it's a good deal when we have fair trade and free trade. We're a strong country, we're a resilient country, and it makes Americans even stronger than they already are. I did mention to the ambassador, 9 million Americans wake up every morning to produce a product, a widget, for Ontario alone. And no matter if it's steel or aluminum or tariffs on autos, it's a fair trade going back and forth, and it makes both countries stronger. I also reminded them, yes, they're our #1 customer, and we appreciate that, but we're the U.S.'s #1 customer. We buy 400% more cars than Mexico does, 200% more cars than the rest of the world buys off the U.S., and it's a good relationship, so we have to continue on with the relationship.
Premier, did he ask you to back off? Did he ask you to back off at all on some of that? You've been, understandably hard on Donald Trump sometimes, and we've heard that he's not too thrilled with that. The ambassador's not too thrilled with that either. Did he ask you to tone that down at all, or did that even?
Well, I think both sides feel the same way. I think, sure, you want me to tone it down? That's fine. The president has to tone it down too. So again, we're going through this. I'm confident that we'll come out the other end in fairly good shape, and that's what we need to do. We need to bring the temperature down. We both agree on that, but I have a job. My job is to protect the people of Ontario, protect their jobs, their communities, and their businesses.
Did he raise the booze on the shelves? Because I know that's been a
he didn't this time. He did last time, and it's very simple. Drop your tariffs, we'll bring back the booze. Simple as that. Yeah, no, you know what we will never be the 51st state. Canada's not for sale, and it's very clear that we just want a mutually rewarding business relationship, partnership with the U.S. And we all get along with the Americans. One person is controlling the message there, decisions, and that's the president. He'll make the final decision, and we'll see what that decision comes, or when it comes.
Sorry, did the ambassador give you any clearer sense of what Canada needs to do to lead to
No, I don't think that's really the ambassador's job, as he said. That's really up to our federal government and the U.S. federal government. Again, Minister LeBlanc is down there meeting with Secretary Lutnick. I'm sure they're going to have a great discussion on many different issues. I'll be speaking to Minister LeBlanc later tonight for an update on how the discussions went. But I feel that we're getting closer. That's the positive news.
What makes you feel that we're getting closer?
I just feel that the conversations are getting very close to hopefully a real positive deal happening.
With regard to Bill 5, would
yes.
you reconsider what you had said last week about it being a very small vocal group opposed to this, based on what's happened over the last few days?
Well, what I'll say about that, this is an opportunity for First Nations, Indigenous people to have an opportunity and have equity partnership in anything we do. We're the only government that's put $3 billion forward for their equity partnership in any deals that we make up there. And even during the campaign, I repeated it 1,000 times, nothing happens without the consultation with the First Nations communities, along with the $70 million of training we'll give their young people, all their community, along with $10 million of scholarships. I'll stick with this. I've done more for First Nations communities than any premier in the history of this province, and I believe in duty to consult. I believe in treaty rights, but we can't take 2-3 years for duty to consult. We need to move forward. And what I've experienced, when they have an equity partnership in any deal, the duty consult moves rapidly, really quick, which is a good thing. But there's an opportunity unlike they've ever seen before, and we just want a great partnership. And there are many chiefs, no matter if it's Chief Sonny, chiefs of Webequie, Martin Falls, that they want this road built. They want the quality of life for their kids that they never had. And that's what we're providing with them, and they're going to be great partners as we move forward. Hold on.
The House today,
Yeah. Sorry.
Saul said that what this is it's a repeat history, and it could lead to confrontation and standoffs like the one that caused the death of Dr. George.
Yeah, well, that is really unfortunate. The NDP member, I emphasize the NDP member, wants to speak this way. We want a collaborative relationship with our First Nations communities. I've met with many chiefs, and it's really unfortunate that member is speaking this way. That's the last thing we want to happen. Yes.
On the steel tariffs, though, we're on the eve of them potentially going up to 50% tomorrow. How worried are you about the impact that could have on the steel industry here, which is already, of course, suffering from the current tariffs? What impact could this have? How worried are you? What are you hearing from the industry?
Well, I'm obviously concerned when the president wants to tack on an additional 25%. I'm very disappointed. I'm a man of my word. When we agreed, when I went down there with Secretary Lutnick, they pull off the 25% additional tariffs. We take off the surcharge that we put on electricity, and that promise was broken. So, I got to take a different approach, but in saying that, all it's doing is hurting the American people. Tariffs, yes, they hurt us, but they hurt the American people. We've seen an increase in anything made of steel down in the U.S. go up 16%. Again, we need each other. I love using the aluminum cans as an example. They're going to lose $1 billion worth of business. All the tin that's coming out of Dofasco being shipped to California, we're finding a converter for tin that will form the cans right here in Ontario. We're going to onboard every single widget we can right back to Canada or Ontario. And, it's unfortunate. It's going to hurt the American people. But we have the manufacturing might, we have the technology to build anything here in Ontario. I wouldn't want that. I'd rather have an open trade policy, free trade policy that works for both countries.
Premier, is the Eglinton Crosstown still on track for a September opening?
Yes, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing some positive things about the Eglinton, track, and hopefully we'll be handing it over in the next couple of weeks to the TTC, and they'll be doing their trial runs, and thank God. That's all I got to say about that project.
Is there a date in September for that, Premier?
I could get back to you on the exact date, but I understand that it'll be handed over to the TTC in the next couple of weeks.
Did you have a chance of having any conversations about housing with the Prime Minister? You're starting with the waive the provincial part of GHST if they did the same. Did you have any conversations about that at all?
Yeah, that actually came up yesterday, just briefly. We were really focused on large national infrastructure projects. That was kind of the key topic there yesterday, and everyone put their wish list in. But I have to tell you, it was the best meeting I've ever been in the last 7 years. I said 10 years, but 7 years I've been in office. Very productive. It was very respectful around the table. We're united. Sure, there might be some differences from coast to coast to coast, but we have one goal, is to build infrastructure projects that we won't have to rely on any other country in the world. So that's what we're doing. I'm a strong believer, and obviously the road to the Ring of Fire, with assistance with the small modular reactors and large nuclear facilities that we're building. But I'm a big proponent of pipelines. We need to diversify our trade. We need pipelines to the west, east, and north. And those are the three real key areas that will help our entire country.
These tariffs go up tomorrow.
He's all in.
What are you prepared to do to retaliate?
Well, that's going to be a discussion that the federal government and ourselves, and I'm sure other premiers will have, but let's see how the discussion goes. Let's hope it's a positive thing, but if they keep on the 25% tariffs on steel, my recommendation is slap them with a 25%, because we can't be kicked around any longer. I want to take a positive approach. That's what I want. I want a positive approach. I want to make a deal. We want to get through this, give certainty to not only investors here in Canada and Ontario, but certainty for the people and manufacturers in the U.S. I'll take one more question.
What's the Prime Minister telling you about your pitch for the Ring of Fire?
He's all in. We're building that road one way or another. That's the number one priority for us, to get to the road to the Ring of Fire and get minerals out of the ground and start shipping them around the world. We'll be the wealthiest, most prosperous sub-sovereign nation, and return the nation across the country. And that's what we need to do, get them out there quickly, compete against the U.S. Prime Minister has mentioned publicly, no longer is it going to take 15 years. It's going to be at maximum 24 months. And that's how we're going to move forward. But I just want to thank everyone. I appreciate it. Go Team Canada. Thank you.
Well, we've been listening to Premier Doug Ford speaking at Queen's Park to reporters about his meeting with the U.S. ambassador to Canada, and talking about ongoing trade and tariffs, and trying to get some free trade deals done.